Welcome to The Shoot podcast, the only NBA podcast hosted by me, yours truly. And today we've got a very good episode. We got a hot takes, agree or disagree episode coming up. It's going to be a good episode. And then at the end, we're going to rate some NBA Halloween costumes. It's going to be a good episode. Let's get into it. All right, now we're going to go into some NBA red hot statements, and we will either agree or disagree with the statements depending on how much we think they will or will not happen this season. Some early season storylines leading to most of these questions or statements, so we'll definitely have some differing opinions, I think.
All right, let's go.
All right, so the first statement I written down was the 76ers are contenders. Actual, real deal NBA contenders. Thoughts?
Disagree.
Disagree?
Disagree.
Okay.
Purely, they just don't have the front court in order to contend. A questionable Embiid, at best questionable, and then Andre Drummond has proven that he's not the crazy playoff guy that you're going to need. And Adem Bona has been so much better, but I still think it's too early for him as well. I just can't see a world in which they run into one of the top teams from the West and it goes more than 5 games.
Now, contender doesn't necessarily mean can win the championship. But in an East, the way that it is, I think that the definition of a contender in the East is pretty loose right now, especially considering the start that the Magic have had and how everyone kind of penciled them in for a top 4, if not even 3 seed in this East. And now the 76ers are kind of taking that jump, and in a big part due to Maxey, but also into a big part that Adem Bona has some real impressive defensive plays so far, and they've got Andre Drummond, not your starting center in most cases, but he's playing like he's a little bit rejuvenated. And even with Embiid on his minutes restriction and only playing 20 or so minutes a night right now, he's been okay. He's like a walking bucket still, even though he's not there athletically or defensively quite yet. But it's hard for him to trust his body. I wouldn't go as far to say that they're contenders, but I could definitely see a 4 or a 3 seed actually in their future right now with this current roster.
I would not be surprised to see them be in the top half of the East just because of the East being so pitiful. But I don't think that in a world that they run into a Cleveland playoff team, a New York playoff team, that they would come out of the East in any way.
And Cleveland and New York are...
There's room for some surprises.
Yeah, and Cleveland and New York are the only 2 teams in the East that I think people really have a spotlight on for winning anything in the playoffs this season. And we saw last season both teams had a few injuries, but I think the Pacers just knocked the Knicks out after the Knicks knocked the Celtics out. So it was a pretty competitive Eastern Conference Finals and even semifinals last year, even though half of the semifinal teams aren't in the playoffs this year so far.
Likely aren't at all in the playoffs.
No, we'll get to one of those. We'll get to one of those later.
Okay.
But just some more reasons for the 76ers as contenders is you have a young VJ Edgecombe who seems to be way ahead of the timeline, and Maxey has jumped even further higher than he was a couple of years ago whenever he was the second best player on the team playing next to Joel and shooting efficiently and shooting a lot. Just the production out of those two guards and having no McCain yet and a really, really solid season so far for Quentin Grimes on the bench, you likely lose him next year. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't there next year. The only real wrench that I think is going to be thrown in here is Paul George whenever he comes back. Will he fit in right? Because in theory, Paul George fits in anywhere, but in action, kind of up and down if he fits in or crumbles in the adversity of a tough season.
If Paul George would commit to being a spot up shooter, Klay Thompson, like not putting the ball on the floor very much,
Two dribbles.
just hitting layups and threes. If he would commit to that, the Sixers probably could be the team that comes out of the East, but I don't think Paul George is going to commit to that. I think there's a little more at play there, and I think he's going to still take the same Paul George shots, which his field goal percentage reflects poor shot selection.
Especially last season. And in theory, you would want Paul George to play the exact role that KD kind of plays with the Rockets, where he comes off a screen, he pump fakes, dribble, crossover, mid-range. And that's the most self-creation that he's doing. And unfortunately for the Rockets, KD has to do a little bit more of that, more than that right now. But for a team with as many guards, and God forbid if Embiid comes back and is 80% of what he was, like Paul George shouldn't have to do anything more than that. And if he does, it's more of a sign of him than it is a sign of the team wanting him to do that.
Yeah. And there might be enough of a narrative around Paul George right now that he feels that he has to alter his role in order to be like effective. Like there's been a lot of talk of him, and he's obviously a kind of TV network or internet guy that he's plugged into all that stuff. So he definitely could be feeling some pressure to make a switch to the way he plays. And I mean, they have so many guards in that team that they don't need more ball handling. And if he could just do what Kelly Oubre's doing at a little higher clip, that would be ideal.
And Kelly Oubre's been great so far this season. Fits in great with how they're playing right now. But with Paul George, we're talking about a guy, Podcast P, who even whenever the team was struggling last season, he was still podcasting. He eventually cut it off whenever they got really bad. But it is a bad look for an NBA player to have a podcast whenever your team is struggling so bad and you're a big reason why they're not good, either because you're not on the court or you're not playing good when you're on the court.
Yeah, I agree. It's just kind of silly. Put your efforts in the right basket.
Yeah. So with the 76ers are contenders, we're both going no. Disagree.
Disagree.
All right. I like the 76ers. They're having a great season, but contenders is pretty lofty for them right now. And now, Cooper Flagg. It's a good rookie class. I have Cooper Flagg won't win the Rookie of the Year. Agree. All right, let's hear it.
It's clearly right now the VJ's to lose. He started off so hot. We're 4 or 5 games into this right now. Like so much of this all means so little to the end of the year awards. But I think the only world in which Paul George wins it is if you have like a VJ injury and he doesn't play enough games in order to get it. But right now, I think he's just inefficient. He's playing a role that he hasn't played a ton of, and the Mavs are not in a position right now, especially with an AD injury, low point guard depth, to really change what they're doing with him, and it's putting him in a position to fail because he's more of a slasher and catch and shoot guy, and I definitely understand that he puts the ball in the basket whenever he has the ball in his hands.
Absolutely.
But right now, at the NBA level, he's just not quite ready for that, and it's just hurting him.
Defensively, he's definitely there. But
Yeah,
offensively,
he's plugged in.
as a ball handler and distributor, definitely not there yet. But with the Mavs situation, it's like, who else are you really playing? It's pretty dry over there in terms of lead ball handlers. Either you have Ryan Nembhard, who's too small right now. He's not going to grow, but he's too small to play a significant role at his current production. And D'Lo is just, I don't know what to talk about with D'Lo. He's a player. We'll say that.
Warm body is how I would describe it.
That's definitely real. So I pulled up the couple rookie stats here. Cooper Flagg having a perfectly fine season, 14, 6.5, and 3. I'm actually really impressed that his turnover numbers are as low as they are, only at 1.8 a game. 6 games in, efficiency's not there at all. Sub 40, sub 30. His free throw percentage, he hasn't missed a free throw.
And like I do feel. I'm sorry. I was just say I do feel like there is a path for the Mavs to be really bad if they have like one more injury. Like AD is kind of up in the air right now, kind of Achilles area injury. If AD ended up being out like long term and it's just like a burner season, like it very well could be, there's a world in which they say, Cooper, go have fun. And he does end up winning Rookie of the Year because he ends up averaging 20 and 6 and 6 or something like that, or 28 and 6.
If they could find anyone to play 27 minutes of real point guard minutes with Cooper, I think they'd be in pretty good shape. But over the last 5 games, which is all but the first one, Cooper has won. They've won both of the games where he shot above 50%. And one of the games where he didn't was against OKC, where he notably only scored 2 points.
Yeah, those were rough.
And with a guy his size, it's like, compare him to a guy like Tatum when he was a rookie, and it's night and day. Like, Cooper's just farther along than Tatum was when he was a rookie. But compare him to some of his peers this draft cycle, he's pretty much right along with them. And obviously Cooper's brain is a little bit different. I think he really knows how to play on both ends, and he's proved that at every level he's played. He's gotten better. So I think his growth is going to be a little bit better, and he will outpace some of these other guys. But this top 3 draft picks are rock solid, and I wouldn't be surprised if VJ or Dylan Harper ended up winning it this season.
Yeah, I think the Dylan Harper side we didn't really talk about, but again, that's completely role dependent. Like, he's going to play himself into more and more minutes. But at the end of the day, would your max player in De'Aaron Fox, your Rookie of the Year Stephon Castle, and just how do you distribute those minutes in a way that would allow for a Dylan Harper Rookie of the Year win? It's kind of tough, but he's been producing very, very well in the 20 or so minutes that he's been playing tonight. And obviously Fox is not back yet, but things will change a little bit when that happens.
Yeah, Harper's at 14, 5, and 5 on pretty solid efficiency, which I think is
how many minutes?
26.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit ahead of what people might have thought this season. Shooting wise, he's at 36% from 3, which is pretty good.
Yeah, he looks polished.
Yeah,
which I was not expecting.
And maybe that's probably because his college situation was pretty horrible. Rutgers had him and Ace Bailey and nobody else respectable for other teams to have to guard. So I'm sure it was hard to create space, and then you go into the NBA and you have possibly one of the best space creators in the league just standing on the court in Wembanyama.
Yeah.
But the sleeper for me I think he's not even really a sleeper now, but the last time I looked, the top 3 were VJ, Dylan Harper, and Cedric Coward.
Cedric Coward. I actually watched the Grizzlies play the other night against the Lakers.
Sad, though.
And
it's sad.
The Grizzlies are sad enough that Cedric Coward could win this award because Ja Morant's done. He's so done in Memphis.
It's a really strange situation.
It is bizarre. Like I don't know if there was something to do on the coaching staff side of things. Like he wanted to keep what was there, what was in place, or he was not involved in the conversation on hiring these new guys. But he obviously seems like in a horrible humor whenever you talk about the coaching staff. And obviously they're losing games and guys are hurt, so nobody's going to be happy. But at the end of the day, you're an all-star, superstar, supposed to be fine in the West, and you can't win a game.
Yeah, we're fine in the West. He got suspended for a game because of that that game.
Would have suspended him for 2, 3, 4. Like, go ask the coaching staff. Like, what kind of an answer?
What seems weird to me is that if he didn't want this coaching staff in place, why would the Grizzlies even bother firing Taylor Jenkins whenever what they were running was seemingly working? They were winning games last year. Ja had a lesser role, but Jaren was playing great, and Bane was playing great, and Jalen Wells was a really good rookie. So it's just a little bit concerning whenever you turn over the staff because, from what I heard, Ja didn't really like the spreading the ball. He wanted more pick and roll.
They stopped playing a lot of pick and roll last year.
Yeah, they did. And Ja apparently wasn't very happy about it. So it's just like, why get involved if you're also not going to like the new change? Maybe there's just a gap there that can't be bridged. And if there is, you're getting out of the job business with Jaren, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, and Edie, and Gigi Jackson. Like, they have such a good young core right now that even if they don't get Ja back into what looked like really good NBA player, all-NBA near player a couple of years ago, I think they're going to be maybe better off in the next 5 years.
I think if you trade off a Ja and you get a little bit in return to help you kind of forward the rebuild and build around Jaren, whenever you have some Orlando picks and everything from the Bane trade.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of potential for the Grizzlies to flip this around very quickly. But I would move off Ja. I don't know who wants him, though, is part of the problem, and who's going to be willing to pay anything for him.
To me, if I'm looking at the West, I'm like, it might be a good time to be a little bit bad because there's so few bad teams in the West right now. And with how good the Spurs seem to be and how good the Thunder are and seem to be for the next 3 to 5 years, it might be better to retool and get back in there when Jaren is like 29 and be like, we're ready to go again. Now that
if I was in the West, I'd be trying to find a way to get into the East.
This is a really good draft coming up, supposedly. So it'd be a good time to be a top 5.
The West is heavy. I guess the good thing about being in the West and you want to be bad, you're playing good teams all the time. You're gonna lose a lot of games. Like it's built in.
I mean, Memphis is one of the few teams that could get to the East if they expand. So you never know.
Yeah.
5 years from now,
well, they are
team.
East. They are more East than like a bunch of teams,
like Milwaukee for sure. They're like
I was gonna say Chicago, but they're kind of right in there with Chicago too.
So with Cooper Flag, I didn't even talk about VJ. Let me just give you VJ's numbers real quick because they're insane for a rookie guard. He's averaging 21, 6, and 5.5 as a rookie who came out of Baylor looking like a pretty good role player early, but he's really came into his own scoring the ball in the flow of the offense, and the passing is just, it's a different level than I expected on this team. Also 44% from 3, which helps.
Yeah, I was saying 44% won't hold on, But what I will say about his shooting is that his shooting looks so much better now than it did. His form is a lot more repeatable. His lift is a lot more repeatable, and I think he has obviously spent the summer with an NBA shooting coach, and they've got him in a position where he's going to be a good shooter.
Oh, for
Obviously, I don't
sure.
think 44% as a rookie, but I think he's definitely a 38 kind of guy, and up from there in future years. So um, I think that he has a really, really good foundation to build upon. He's obviously like just superb athlete, better athlete than I thought he was.
No,
He
he's
gets up
out of the
quick,
world. It's
and
weird because like the raw number isn't as insane as you would think, but he's visually more athletic than the number would tell you.
yeah, like he gets up quick. Like
Yeah,
whenever he's going to dunk that, he goes from like a full sprint to dunking the ball without having to load up a lot. He's a very just kind of straight leg jumper, I'll
like
call it,
Derek
where
Jones.
he's not, yeah, he's not built like getting low and launching himself up like Dennis Smith Jr. He's just kind of going from sprint to dunk.
The Dennis Smith Jr. pull is so real because he would like bend his knees and just
Yeah,
explode upwards. He was a very upward jumper rather than a
yeah,
forward
he's
jumper.
very like load and jam,
And maybe you have
whereas
to be whenever
DJ's
you're
like a rock
smaller.
jam. Yeah,
Um, anything else you want to say, or can we move on?
VJ good.
BJ good. So for Cooper, Flag won't win Rookie of the Year. We're going. I'm gonna go agree for sure. Like,
Agree.
and I
Yeah,
don't think he has
I
to.
didn't think about the phrasing.
I don't think he cares at all if he wins it or not.
No, he's. I think he's more likely to win an MVP in his career than he is to win Rookie of the Year.
Like Scotty Barnes won an MVP or a Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
So, but
and Scotty
Cade,
Barnes is
Bronze,
not good.
Emob, all better than him.
Yeah.
All right, next one. We briefly touched on some of them, but the Spurs can beat the Thunder in a playoff series. Agree or disagree? A playoff series. It's a tough one.
I'm gonna if this is like it's a possibility, like it's on the table.
Can
Yes,
they?
I agree. Yeah. I think it is on the table purely because there's a lot of question marks surrounding both teams right now because neither of them are completely healthy. Um, but I do think that there's a world in which Wemby is that guy, and you get into the playoffs and you have 7 games worth of adjustments, and he still just overwhelms you with size and 3-point shooting and it's out of the paint. And then you have all these guards that are just attacking, drive and kick. They have shooters. Like if anybody's going to beat them, I'd put the Spurs up there because of the Wemby dynamic.
And we saw um, some of the limitations that the Thunder have in offensive scheming whenever it got to like the deep playoffs, both against the Nuggets and against the Pacers, where when it comes down to it, it's Jalen Williams, you have to score. It's Shea, you have to score. Everything you get
And
from AJ Mitchell and Lou Dort and Casey Wallace and Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, like that is all nice, but they're not creating a shot in the playoffs. It's just not happening. So
and the shot creation when Shea's on the bench was definitely an issue as well in the playoffs.
they pretty much have to, well, maybe AJ Mitchell solved some of that, but they pretty much have to stagger Jalen Williams and Shea so that one of them is on the floor at all times. And the problem whenever it comes down to this guy needs to score for us to win is that Wembanyama's 7'5", and if you're going to the rim, good luck. If you're trying to beat him on an ISO, good luck. And it's going to come down to just how much better the Thunder can be in those situations if you're going to get anything from Chet self-creation wise. And it's maybe a little bit dismissive of Chet to just say that Wembanyama's Chet but bigger, better, and that's pretty much it. He's bigger and he's a way better player.
Yeah.
But Chet is also a good player in his own right. Probably could have won Rookie of the Year last year. Not Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year last year, but it didn't go his way. I don't know. I don't think he played enough.
No, I don't think he played enough.
Yeah, he missed a lot of time early. So it's just like bar for bar, Spurs versus Thunder, I think it'd be close. I think I would give the Thunder the edge still, just because they have an MVP. They're gonna foul out Stephon Castle.
I definitely agree. And I mean, foul trouble is going to be a real thing for Wemby too. Like, he's pretty good for not fouling, but if a team is scheming to put him into positions where it happens, whenever you're into a 7-game playoff series, that becomes a very real issue as well. Like, he's going to have to learn, and it might be something like a year in the playoffs where he gets through a couple rounds that somebody starts targeting him with that forces him into learning kind of how to handle that a little bit better. But I think that's definitely on the radar for potential issues for that matchup.
The thing about forcing Wemby to foul is that for me or you to block someone, we have to be close to them. For most NBA players, you have to be 100%. Close to the guy you're blocking. But he can afford to take a full step back and give you 2 feet of space, 3 feet of space between him and you, and still get up and block your shot. So they're going to have to put their body into him first so that they create the contact, get Wemby off balance, and then go up. And he won't be in perfect position to block a shot like he normally is. And he did foul out against the, I think it was the Rockets. Did he foul out against the Rockets where he had 9 blocks?
Pelicans.
Pelicans? Oh, it was the Pelicans. You're right.
Yeah,
he fouled out against the Pelicans with 9 blocks. So I don't know if you're getting 9 blocks and 6 fouls.
6 fouls. Yeah, it's a pretty good ratio.
It's a pretty good ratio, and he made it to overtime at the very least. I think they won that game though, because the Pelicans are undefeated or winless.
Yeah, and the Spurs are undefeated.
Yeah. So if I have to like bet on someone, I'm gonna bet on the Thunder. But can they beat the Thunder in a playoff series? I think so. If anyone in the West can do it, it's them or the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Nuggets look good too.
I don't think there's any other team in the West that I would say they have a chance against the Thunder, except for those 2.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not taking Austin MVP Reeves.
Austin MVP Reeves. I'll take a MVP LeBron James.
MVP LeBron.
We don't know what he looks like. He could be back and as good as ever whenever he gets his sciatica sorted out.
In all seriousness, like having a LeBron that's not coming off of a 3-month rest and instead coming off of a 4.5 month rest, maybe.
Yeah. Well, last year there was no rest because he played USA.
Yeah, and then like he's only going to play 60, 65 games. I think LeBron's going to aim for 65. He's going to come back, probably play most back-to-backs, but take off as many as he can to still give him a chance to win an All-NBA 3rd-team spot. And, I mean, he's got a chance in this injury landscape with Tatum and Halliburton especially missing. And to a lesser extent Dame, but, you know, I don't think he was going to be in there.
Yeah, Jalen Luka to do all the freaking hard work.
Luka and apparently Austin Reeves.
Yeah, apparently it's just average 40 for both of them.
It just doesn't matter. They're just Austin Reeves had like a 40-10 game or something like that. Like, what's he doing? Who taught him that? Luka?
He had 51.
51-10?
He had 51-9 and something or something like that.
Yeah.
Because Luka scored 49 and then Austin Reeves scored 51 the next game.
But I mean, again, it comes down to the playoffs, and I think just one-on-one scoring versus the defense, Thunder have a heck of a lot better defense than the Lakers do. It's like you're relying
The
on
Lakers are very bad defensively.
Aiden.
Like, Luka is better. Ayton sucks
Aiden
so
has been
bad.
such a disappointment this year.
Yeah.
The expectations were not high, and he somehow still didn't meet them. It's insane how like
Yeah, they want 10 and 10 out of him and solid defense, and he doesn't move his feet and gets caught ball watching, head turned the wrong
I
way.
was like, this is the easiest like 14-9 at the very least for Aiden.
Yeah.
And then I watched the first game and I was like, this guy does not roll to the rim. And maybe that's just because he's
No.
been in Portland for 2 years, and I was like, I don't care about Portland enough to watch. But I feel like with the Suns, at least he was like part of that scheme, and they were looking for him in that short role. But they don't need Ayton in that short role. Maybe give him like what were they doing? Ben Wallace. They would give Ben Wallace the first play of the game just so that he would feel involved offensively. Now Ayton's not nearly the defensive player of Ben Wallace, but he's a little bit better offensively. You'd expect to get a
You have to give DeAndre Ayton a post up like twice a quarter in order to get him locked in defensively. I think you do it.
He's
He's
just
not a
not.
good post player.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say he's not.
He needs to be a lob catcher. And honestly, whenever you play with Chris Paul, that was the best he ever was. Like, he needs to get back to doing that stuff.
Maybe he needs to go to the Clippers instead. Play with Chris
Maybe the
Paul
Lakers
again.
need to call Chris Paul and come across the
And
freeway.
can you imagine how good the Lakers would be if they still had Zubats?
Oh, man.
Imagine.
But they had to trade him for Mike Muscala.
They had to. It was the only option. Just like they also didn't hold on to Scottie Pippen Jr., who's apparently good.
They didn't even want to. That's Darvin Ham's fault right there.
Well, there's a lot of things you can blame on Darvin Ham, honestly. But the team wasn't very good either.
His jeans can blame him for his pockets being worn out.
Yeah. Always having those hands in him. At least his hands were warm. But they
Or circulation.
Another lesser guy that they let go, Jay Huff, hasn't been very good for the Pacers, but nobody has. So
He can play.
who cares? He can play for sure.
Yeah, like
Defensively, I've seen some really good blocks from him. More that I've seen
they got
from
Jackson
Ayton.
Hayes and Ayton. Like, the standard is not high.
Jackson Hayes. They don't even have Wiseman anymore. Tony Bradley's been okay, but yeah, not very good. So Spurs can beat the Thunder in a playoff series. That was the question.
Beat the Thunder.
I'm gonna say agree, but unlikely.
Asterisk.
Yeah, asterisk. Next up, Giannis. As we've seen, Giannis will win MVP. Is my statement. That's lofty, but the team is okay. So
I'm going to say, can he or will? Is it Kenny or can or
Giannis will win MVP. They just lost to the Kings.
I gotta back my boy. They lost by 2.
They did lose by 2.
Then the Kings had like 5 guys score 20. I'm gonna back Giannis and say he will win MVP because he probably should have 3 by now. Who knows? But the reason that I think that he will is because the East is so weak that they're probably going to be a 4 seed if they look anything like they have so far going forward. Because Giannis is so dang good.
He's been
he's
insane.
So good. He's not missing shots. He's going to average 35.
The passing this year. Like, I know you sent a video to me of him in practice. I think he's literally just the coach, and he's like,
I think he is.
I think he's taking on the offensive hub role now more than ever too, where he's just like, I'm gonna get you the ball. I'm gonna get you the ball. I'm gonna get you the shot.
2018 Braun vibes.
I mean, in a very real sense, he's younger and in better shape. Well, better physical health, I think, than LeBron was at that time. Even though LeBron was still in insane shape. But he's younger and still more athletic than he will be 4 years from now.
I think I think that Giannis has taken a leap, just from the perspective of he has no help.
None.
They somehow got a 20 ball out of Kyle Kuzma last night,
Praise
and
God.
like that is the one time a year you're going to get that.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, I don't know what you would do to improve this roster. Like, if you're gonna trade Bobby Portis, I'd do it today. But other than that, like
The roster is
they're
so
just they're not
sad.
really using Bobby Portis. Like he's playing like I don't know what he's averaging, like maybe like 15 minutes a game.
He played
It's
16
been
against
low.
the Knicks in a win.
Yeah, I want to say somewhere. Yeah, he's
I'll
not
get you
above
the
20.
number.
If I had, yeah. Um, Kyle Kuzma actually played some defense. He oddly haven't used Cole Anthony a ton. It doesn't seem, but that's probably because of the Ryan Rollins situation with how good he's been.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
good development for sure.
and AJ Green goes out there and he's
He shoots.
trying.
He shoots.
He shoots the three and he plays hard on defense. He has his limitations, obviously, but he's out there. He's trying. He's
He got paid too.
functionable defensively, and you got what, like 11.5 million or something like that.
Yeah, like 3 years or something.
I think he got 4 years, 45.
Yeah, that's hefty for a guy that only shoots. But he does
Yeah,
more
but
than
you look
that.
at like Duncan Robinson money.
Sam Hauser money. It's like almost the
Yeah,
exact contract. He got like 311 or 333, and it's
yeah,
just an
it's pretty
extra
much
year.
bang up. Um, but I
Sabonis.
think that the Bucks just don't have the roster. But Giannis is going to make it so good that he's going to have to get some kind of credit for it.
They beat the Warriors without Giannis, and even in that
Yeah,
game, Bobby only played 19 minutes.
yeah. So like they're not really utilizing him. Like I'd move off of him. He's not a guy that is making a breaking in. You can get some kind of wing asset out of him. Like I just don't know who's available. Is the problem too? And they probably are hard capped because of the Dame thing.
Oh, for sure. The fall off of Miles Turner this season is really concerning. Going from he averaged 18, then 17, and then 16, which are all good. He shot 39.6% from three last year. So far, not even 10 points a game, which is really concerning because that's kind of what you want him to do is give you a 15 where he's spreading the floor. And he's just not doing that right now.
Do you have Miles up there?
Yeah, I have Miles' stats here.
What's a 3 point?
34, which is
Yeah, probably what I would have guessed.
it's a little bit below his career average, but he's been below and above 44 or 34 all the time. Like he's been one of the most inconsistent shooters basically in the league the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think Miles turns it around a little bit. He's still learning how to play with Giannis too.
Oh, and I'm sure
Uh,
it's a completely different game than playing with Tyrese and before
yeah,
that Vo and Brogdon, because he has no guard. He has no real distributing guard with him that he can run pick and rolls with. So I guess you're running pick and rolls with Giannis, and that's going to be a different
yeah, and
experience.
the difference too is he was likely a high usage screener. Giannis is the screener.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you're not putting Miles in the screen and roll action. So, or if Miles was getting like an extra like 6 points a game as a roller, or more likely a popper, with his
Well,
play style.
it is interesting because whenever he was playing with Sabonis, he was worse. He was a worse player whenever he played with Sabonis, and that's what you might think that's counterintuitive because he can spread the floor, and you would think that putting a non-shooting big next to him wouldn't be as big of a deal, but it really just did not work with Sabonis. And then Sabonis got moved, and he had his best season. He averaged 18. So
Yeah,
it's just
and there's shades of Sabonis with Giannis,
in
in
like
terms of
on-ball play, not a great spacer, even though Sabonis was good last year. It moves the ball, but doesn't spread the floor.
yeah,
And that's kind of what Miles has struggled with. He was way better with Siakam than he was with Sabonis, and the difference between those two was Sabonis plays high post into the interior, and Siakam plays high post into the outside game rather than inside.
Yeah.
But I mean, is Miles Turner playing bad just an opportunity for Giannis to be even better? Kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Everything's an opportunity for Giannis to be better.
They have some good wins this season, but they also have some really easy wins. Like they beat the Knicks, they beat the Warriors without Giannis, but then their two other wins are Toronto and Washington, which are basically like right now not impressive at all.
The Washington one especially was a cakewalk. The Toronto one should have been easier than it was. It was like a 10-point game.
Yeah, they ended up winning by
and
6.
Yeah. That one was a little bit concerning almost, but it's early still. Like there's lots of stuff to work out.
And I mean, they got that win with Miles being horrible. Like literally, he had 4 points, and Gary Trent was their second best player. So you'd be pretty happy with that win.
Yeah. And but you know what? Giannis is gonna win MVP because he's making the Bucks watchable, and there's no reason that Bucks team or roster should be watchable.
That's absolutely true.
I hardly watched any Bucks all of last year because they weren't watchable. I'm a big Giannis guy. But this year I've turned the games on. I've been entertained. They're competitive.
His numbers are ridiculous.
Like, what's he averaging? Like 30, 35, 34?
34 in 33 minutes per game.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yesterday I was complaining out loud that Giannis played 32 minutes in the game yesterday. Like, how do you have a whole third of the game that Giannis is not on the floor?
Yeah, and in a game where you lose, I don't have the number for him on that game, but
Kyle Kuzma played 21 minutes.
69% from on twos, highest of his career,
and probably shooting a career low attempts from 3.
1.6. He's shooting 62% on threes right now.
Yeah, he's not taking them.
He's averaging 1 make a game. But 1.6.
Honestly,
he shot less last year. But other than that, it's like his lowest since his first All-Star year.
It's not gonna happen.
But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen on this level of volume, on very low volume.
That's right. Like if he can just hit, if he takes 2 or 3 because he's left wide open and they're asking him to take it, and he hits one of them,
like against the Raptors.
Yeah, like you don't want to. I never want to see Giannis shoot a pull-up 3 or like a 3 off the dribble. Like that's what I've screamed at my TV because of that for years, especially early in the shot clock. It's like, dude, you're not the guy to do that.
Yeah, you're
especially
not
whenever
LaMelo.
you can do anything else on the floor. Don't do the one thing they want you to do.
Don't do the one thing that LaMelo would do. That's a good advice for any player. It's like if you're gonna do something, ask yourself, would LaMelo do this first? And you say, yes, he would. So you don't do it. Like jacking up a 3, walking up the floor.
I have a bit of a tangent, but LaMelo reminded me of this. But whatever Luka's doing on his step back this year, is he stepping back and like
the Luka step back is different this year?
It is different. I don't know. I wish I had video to show you what I mean.
It's probably because he's like
smaller. Quick shooting it. It could be. He's definitely moving better.
A little bit quicker.
But he's not like loading up like he did in previous years. Obviously, like nobody could contest it anyways. But
he would significantly after the step back reload up.
Last year. He's getting low again. This year he's like quick shooting it a lot. And like getting his almost like Russell Westbrook, where he's shooting the ball and he's getting his hands down quick.
Yeah, he definitely has been doing that. I've seen that.
Yeah, and he's been cooking dudes with it because I think they're not expecting it to happen that fast, and the guys are taking that like little extra step to try to get the contest, but the ball's already up in the air.
It's already gone.
He's also hitting threes in the grill of anybody.
It's also a way swaggier shot to shoot it like that. It looks
It is
way
swaggy.
cleaner.
It is swaggy as hell.
Like he just like shoots the ball sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that went in. Uh, Beats me. That was like 30 feet contested.
Yeah, you don't care. Anyways, that's a tangent.
Little
To
floater.
talk about
Does his floaters, they go in now? They were always going in.
everything goes in.
They're all going in right now.
Yeah, 45 game.
So, yeah, he's unreal. But I mean, that hurts Giannis's chance of winning MVP, because what if Luka?
Yeah,
But I think the
Luka
difference
might be
is
the-
it's easier for the Lakers to be it's easier for the Bucks to be a 3 seed than it is for the Lakers to be a 3 seed.
If the Lakers were the 3 seed in the West this year, Luka's MVP. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I mean, the team is
West is that tough.
better than the Bucks, but the East is so much worse right now than the West. And I've been an East defender the last couple of years. I was like, the East isn't that bad. And like we saw last year, the East was pretty strong at the top, even down to 6. They were pretty strong. But
Yeah, but
this
the
year,
East this year is significantly depleted on top of that.
and so Giannis will win MVP. We're gonna go. I'm going a soft agree. I'm gonna go a soft agree.
Firm agree.
I would love it. Like I'm not a big Giannis like fan, but just like he deserved a third one. He didn't get it. I mean, the year after, where is it? The year after he won it for the second time, he
Who's better?
probably, well, he was way better the year after he won it the first time. But a couple of years after, in his age 27 season, he averaged 30, 12 and 6 again. So it's just hard to not give him an award like that. But I mean, it just speaks how good Jokic was and Embiid were.
Yeah, that's true.
So 2 agrees. I'm going soft. You're going hard.
Firm.
Okay, firm.
Big difference.
Yeah, because firm doesn't necessarily mean like it's a firm knock when you knock on it. Firm could just be like you press on it and you get a little bit of give.
Yeah, a little bit give.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The last one. I'm gonna change it. But the Pacers and the Celtics won't make the play-in.
Play-in? Yeah.
And I have another one after this that's kind of tangential to this. All right.
I have to think about who is going to make the playoffs in the play-in.
Well, I'm just
instead
thinking,
of-
like, off the top of my head, you're automatically assuming the Knicks and the Cavs. I think the Magic will leap both of them, even though they've had a horrible start. Somehow being worse from 3 this year than last year so far. Bulls, undefeated. 76ers. I think they're probably going to be top 5. So that's 5 right there. Bucks, that's an easy one. That's an easy 6. Hawks haven't been good, but I believe in the Hawks more than I do the Pacers. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, health was a big factor for the Hawks.
Raptors, I think, over Pacers. The Pacers, I don't think is the question here. The Celtics, the Pacers have been really bad so far, but the Celtics, on the other hand, might have a case over some of these other stragglers that are trying to get into the play-in. So, Pistons. I should have said Pistons.
Oh, yeah, the Pistons.
The Heat have been good this year.
I'm going to say the Pacers are a firm out of play-in, and I'm going to say that there's a good chance the Celtics are a 10 seed.
Well, you know what? Looking at the standings in the way that it's going so far, the Pacers are 3rd last. They're 1-5. The Wizards are 1-5, and the Nets are 0-5. I think those 3 guaranteed so far not going to make play-in. Hornets, Raptors, Celtics are the 3 teams that are fighting for the 10th seed right now. Because the Knicks are technically the 10th seed, but I think they're gonna lap the Celtics anytime.
Is Brandon Miller still hurt for the Hornets?
I
don't
don't
really
know.
know
He
what
was
else
really
they got
good
going
early
on.
on. I know he was
How do
playing.
you? How do you had another shoulder injury?
He won't play Saturday. So
Yeah, I saw a video of him getting hurt, and I didn't really see how he got hurt.
that was
And
yesterday. He
generally, that's
remains
not
out
a good
today.
thing. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a tear or something, or just maybe a sprain.
He's seeking a second
Shoulder.
opinion.
Ooh, it's not good
Shoulder
news.
subluxation without
I
timetable
don't
for
know them.
return. Well, clearly he was subluxed.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess his shoulder went in a position it's not supposed to. Um, but the Hornets, I'm always gonna bet against them. Like, if there's a way for them
LaMelo
to be
though,
bad, they're gonna figure
LaMelo.
it out.
I was just dissing
Yeah,
LaMelo, but at least LaMelo's kind of working this year.
they're letting him do whatever he wants.
Um, I say he's kind of working. He is shooting 33% from three, but the assists are
That's
up.
it.
So he's not shooting as many shots as last year. But really, it really comes down to Celtics, Raptors, or Hornets for the 10th seed, because right now the 1 through 10 is Bulls. I think they're going to be above the Celtics this year. The 76ers, confident, even though I think they lost to the Celtics. Bucks, pretty confident they'll be over. Pistons, over. Heat, so far, looking pretty good.
Yeah.
You wait till Tyler Hero comes back, and then it might be a different story, but right now, looking really good. So I'll take them. Hawks, I'm pretty confident will be a good team. They're built almost like a perfect team. You'd be begging for a guy like Trae Young to be 4 inches taller, and this team would be insane. So I think I'd have them over. Cleveland, 3-3 so far, nothing to worry about. Their team's ultra talented. Magic, kind of similar. Haven't seen enough of Bane on the team yet, so don't really know how well they all fit together yet, but we'll see. And then the Celtics right now are 9, and the Knicks are 10. Pretty confident the Knicks will be above the Celtics. So it's just Celtics or Raptors for you, I guess.
Celtics or Raptors for me.
I mean, I know you were talking about how poor Quickly has been this year.
Emmanuel Quickly is so wrongly rolled
That's
on
exactly
that
what I was going
team.
to say. He's completely out of water.
Yeah, like they're putting him in a position to fail, to crash and burn. He's not a guy that you put the ball on his
He's
hands.
not the lead guard.
No, his role with the Knicks was better than what he's doing now.
His role
And
with the
honestly,
Knicks. It was perfect for him.
yeah, his role should be like the best that Emmanuel Quickly could ever be is a Lou Williams role. Like,
Not overtaxed, distributing the ball, but deadly off the catch in any way.
yeah, let him create a little bit off the bench. He doesn't have to do too much, and you don't expect him to go out there and get 5+ assists and put him in a position. He just turns the ball over. He just doesn't make shots. He's little. He can't play defense.
It's really the problem is that he's not making his shots. If you're making your shots, you win a couple games. A lot of these problems just drift away. You don't think about them as much. But he's just not making his shots. And last year, his shooting was down from the year before. He was good shooting his first stint there in Toronto, but he's just not making his shots. It's just not happening.
It's just bad.
The year he was traded to Toronto, he played 30 games with New York. Didn't start a single game. He gets to Toronto. He starts every game after he gets to Toronto.
Yeah.
And his numbers were fine.
I mean,
but
I understand Toronto going after a guy and bringing him in, thinking that he can expand his role. Like, there's plenty of guys in the NBA that if you traded the team and they flourish because they have an expanded role.
You might have seen that with a guy like Nemhard.
Yeah. Yeah, they just got him in the wrong role. And it's not a knock on him necessarily. Like, he is what he is, and he's not being used properly.
Yeah,
there's a role in the NBA that he's a very successful player.
It's like you need a chair, and you went and you're using him as a table.
I was gonna say you need a spoon and he's a chair, but
Well, it's like you can eat off the chair, but you'd rather sit on it, right?
yeah, a chair will hold your plate.
To be completely clear, I don't want to sit on quickly at all. But if he was a chair, it would be useful as a table. But I'd much rather sit on the chair. I'm gonna agree. I'm just gonna go ahead and say agree that the Celtics and the Pacers won't make the play-in. I don't think either team really wants to.
I don't think either team want. Well,
the Celtics kind of do, but I feel like
Pacers have their own
culturally,
pick.
Pacers do. They traded for it a week before Tyrese got hurt. Incredible trade.
Executive of the year move, honestly.
Can you imagine how horrible this year would be for the Pacers if they were a 1-5 start and didn't have their pick?
Yeah, they'd be punching the air.
They're gonna get freaking AJ DeBanza, and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. You mean we can
it's
have?
Gonna make you crazy.
We can have like a Super Neesmith basically on our team. Like that's perfect.
And still have Neesmith on the bench.
Exactly. He was so good last night.
He was good last night.
But like culturally, I think the Celtics do want to win, but organizationally, maybe not so much. And
I think there's one man in that building that wants to win, and his name rhymes with Mo Gajula.
Sorry, I don't know who it is. It's Joe. It's second row Joe. Second row Joe.
Again, first row Joe.
Head honcho Joe now.
Head honcho
Joe. But yeah, obviously Joe wants to win, but and I think that speaks to culturally the team wants to win. But
yeah, no, exactly.
I don't think the front office really cares so much this year. All right, now we're ready to go over some Halloween NBA costumes. We're gonna rate them 1 to 10, and we're gonna see who did it best.
I love the hair sticking out of your mask.
Oh, it's too long. First one up, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo as Bob the Minion. I don't know which one he is. There's too many minions. What do you think? What do you think?
It's the biggest one. 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10 for Giannis?
Not the year for minions, bro.
He's crazy, man. What is he doing? Grown man.
Honestly, that just looks kind of comfy, though.
It does look comfy.
He's doing that for his kids, honestly.
They should let you hoop in a Halloween costume on Halloween.
That actually might be ridiculous.
Like, but then you get a guy dressing up as the other team on Halloween. You're like, I'm Luka Doncic, but it's Ryan Rollins dressed in a Luka Doncic costume.
Just Luka Doncic dressed as De'Aaron Fox.
So you're giving him a 2?
I'm giving him a 2.
I'm gonna go 3.
Not a Halloween guy. I'm not you're giving him a 3. I thought 2 was off base.
No, this is horrible. This is horrible, man.
Okay, good. Yeah. We're good. It's horrible.
Next up, Allen Iverson as Tyrese Maxey. Oh wait, that's Tyrese Maxey, not Allen Iverson.
I'll give that like a 9.
That's like fire. Good. That's a fire costume.
Yeah.
I mean, like
it's
you're gonna draw the comparison as a small guard in Philly, playing the way he does. Like, why not lean into it a little bit, make a joke out of it? He is in the New Balance, though, which is kind of saucy.
To be honest, AI's shoes are cooked anyways.
I mean, you gotta take away points though for creativity and effort, because he just put on a jersey. Like, he does that every day. He put on a do-rag.
Put a do-rag
on. I'll give it. You know what? I like it. I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 9 as well. It's all right. I like it for the reference and the history of the team, but it's all right. Next up is Trey Murphy as an NBA ref. This was, I think, last year.
Yeah, this one's good.
This is a good one. I like this one. It's funny.
I'll give this like a 7.
A 7?
Yeah, he actually looks like he could be a ref. Like
he low-key does look like a ref. Like, remember when Richard Jefferson called a game?
Yeah, like exact same kind of vibe.
I mean, in a real way, Trey Murphy's not too dissimilar from Richard Jefferson as a basketball player.
True.
Yeah. Tall wings that kind of do some things and shoot. You know how it is. Just look at how happy he is to be a ref too. He's so happy.
Yeah, so happy.
I'll give it an 8. I like it. I like it. It's a Halloween costume. It's a good one. It's Grant Man. Grant Williams as. At least I think it's Grant Williams. I can't really tell with the mask off. But Batman. Batman's here.
I'm gonna give it a 10. Honestly, it's for the memes.
It's really funny, but it's only funny because it's Grant Williams. Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, it's not well done.
Like, you can see his neck. He's got like a weird floppy back of the head. Like, it's not a great mask. And
no, it's not. Probably had trouble to get one big enough for that big ass head.
He does have a big head. And like if this was like anybody else, like we have an Ant-Man in the league. Why isn't there a Batman in the league? Let's let it be Grant Williams.
Right there.
We had this talk of Chris Middleton's actually Batman and Giannis is Robin. Remember that?
Oh my god, the ridiculousness of that.
That was so funny though. But it turns out Grant Williams was Batman the whole time.
Yeah. I don't even know who he plays for.
You give it a 10? I think he plays for Charlotte.
I think he does too. I'll give it a 10, yeah, because it's hilarious.
I'm gonna give it a 10. It's a 10. Come on. Like in reality, it's like a 1, but in the spirit, I think it's a 10. I found him. Where's Paul George dressed up as Waldo. Ironically, because it wasn't hard to find him.
Not hard to find him. Often does disappear though.
That's true.
This is a 10. This is hilarious.
I mean, it's referential. It's iconic. It's recognizable to many. It rhymes with his name.
It's a 10 out of 10 costume, and it's just hilarious.
Shoots the ball, hits it off the side of the backboard in playoffs. Disappears, man. And we found him.
Disappears. We found him.
I don't think I'm crazy for this, but I'm fairly certain you can see like the outline of his tank top through his shirt.
Oh, I was just looking at that.
It looks really weird, but I'm pretty certain I can see right through that shirt too.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going on.
I'll give it a 10 for sure. Why not?
It's a good one.
All right.
And
last but not least, we got LeBredward Scissorhands, I guess. LeBredward Scissorhands.
I knew that this was on here, and we looked at it earlier, but
it's still just so ridiculous.
Just because it is hilarious.
The stone cold face he has on him is so.
That's the face.
It is. That is the Edward Scissorhands face, but he really fits in well. Unfortunately, hold on. Let me see if I can move it up a little bit, so we can see his meaty claws. There they are. The scissor hands on him. I gotta be honest. This is a 2, man. This is horrible.
What?
You can't dress like this and expect me to call you the GOAT.
No, this is a great costume.
This is a horrible man.
Costume. No, but it's okay. It's not a good Halloween costume, but it is very well done.
You're right. The execution is like a 9, but the
execution is spot on.
The look of it is like a 1.
So bad.
I'm giving it a 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
I like it.
Thanks for listening to the Shoot Podcast today. As always, have a great rest of your week and enjoy this time in November. Great NBA games on every day. See you next time.